Alright, so we're gonna go and show you how to make something to like hold an Arduino based project. So let's get into it. We're gonna pop over to Tinkercad and we're going to do an Arduino holder device. Okay. First things first, we're gonna just make this like the case, okay? And it all depends on how big the Arduino is. Well, luckily, what they did was they have an Arduino in here, right here. So we can just drag this in, just like this. And what's great is if we want, we can turn this into a hole. Okay, so now what we can do is we can drop this component into here, just like so. Or we just go ahead and take out another shape like this, okay? And we make sure that when we're making a different hole, that it's big enough for an Arduino. So you can see here there's some pieces that it's not covering. So you just want to make sure you're covering the entire Arduino, including that little bit, like that. Okay. And now that we have it completely covered, this is like the easiest way to do this. We just drop this into our case. Now your case will be specific to what you're trying to do. And we would take this hole out of there. The thing to remember though is that this space and this space, and obviously all the pins, need to be accessible. So if you have a hole, if you don't have this hole going all the way up to the edge, which kind of would be kind of funny, and you just have it here, you need to make sure that you do include, well, what we can do is we can just duplicate this, a hole that is going to match up with where that piece is. So if we make this a solid again, okay, and we grab that other, well, I can't grab it, but, and we just scale to there, and we scale to here, okay, and then we make sure that this whole space is going to get removed, and we can see from this side we need to adjust it like that. Now when we place this down in here like that, and it would probably be right up against here, we can see that that hole would be removed so that we can fit our cords in. Otherwise we got problems. And then we can just move another one of those over just like that. Remember, this Arduino is going to be gone out of here. So now we have those two spots open. We get rid of the Arduino at this point. Bye. And now we cut this whole thing out. Boop. And now your Arduino would fit in here, and you'd have this clearance for the holes that you need to connect cords to. Alright, so that's how you make the basic case. Now if you have a breadboard that you're going to be using, or an LCD, you kind of want to measure it and just give some tolerance. So if your thing is 70 across, make a hole for it maybe 72, 73, so that it has enough space to be inside of it and gives it a little bit of wiggle room. And then you'd make the case part for that component. You drop that down, and you make sure that it's all like where you want it. And now your LCD can fit in there. You can kind of adjust the height so that it fits the LCD nicely. But again, you're going to want to know where those pins are. So for an LCD or LEDs, those pins are going to be back up here if the screen is right here. So just make sure you have that all kind of planned out. Alright, that's how you make an Arduino based project here on Tinkercad that we can 3D print. Or laser cut. If you wanted to laser cut the thing and make it out of wood, all you got to do is drop this down just like that, and then export as an SVG. If we're 3D printing it, we're just exporting as an STL. Hope that helps.